Our next speaker is CK Kim with EnerVision. You've seen CK probably for the last 2 months coming to our events. This is a nice reward for him for his persistence. He has a battery product that I'm sure many of you are going to be interested in. And Scott keeps, I'm the guy at the airport who tells the planes where to go. Okay, CK. Scott is still, I'm still dancing. Da, 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 da. We're waiting, it's only on one side. Tell a joke. None of mine are clean, and I would not be invited back. And this is kind of an important part of what I do for Bunker Labs. It helps us tell some stories. So, anybody got some good news from the last week? I'll waste some time this way. Who's got some great news from the last week?
My husband bought a bar.
Hey!
That's good news.
I like a business model of 1 million cups of beer. Nookie has an announcement. I'll go.
Celine, who is often here with me with the curly brown hair, her son had open heart surgery last Wednesday, and so far he is doing really well.
That is fantastic news. I think Nookie wins the award for bringing the most amount of friends to the event today. We have a very nice crowd. Thank you for showing up. I think we're good. Okay, CK, take it away. Good luck.
Good morning, everyone. My name is CK Kim. I'm a CEO of EnerVision. So you may call me Calvin Klein. So this is easy. All right. So I'm here to introduce the lithium-ion battery, the portable power station. This is my 2 babies, newborn babies. They're very powerful. So I hope that I can introduce my product and business well to the audiences this morning. All right, so I've been in the lithium-ion battery industry for about 10 years, since 2008, when I first joined Apple as a global supply manager. So I manage the battery suppliers for the Apple product, iPhone and the iPad, MacBook product. And for the past 10 years, I've experienced such drastic changes. I felt like I was living with an earthquake every day because of such a growth potential in many different industry fields, e-bike, an electrical vehicle, an e-scooter, and power bank. So total those in only for 7 or 8 years, the total market size has grown from almost nothing to $300 billion. Right now, with about 40 to 50% of the growth rate annually, so in such a short period. So I've seen very drastic and also very great potential in lithium-ion battery space. So I was searching for what will be the next application market, which will be really impactful. So I found this one, this portable power station. Next slide. All right, so anybody has experienced any power outages at home during the last week? And anybody has used any the gas generators at home? So do you have any gas generators? Mm-hmm. Right, so there's about the 3,500 instance power outages annually in US last year only, and about $150 billion of financial impact. This is a really huge impact across the whole country. And also there's a growing demand for the smaller and the lighter, the power source for the outdoor activities. So this is really great, very critical demand. So that's why there's portable gas generators available in the market, but most of them are made by lead-acid batteries, which has been about 150 years. So, but there's a problem in the conventional generators because they are toxic to human bodies. And they have to use the fuel, and also the fuel are generated, so it's environmentally very unfriendly. And also high maintenance cost because of that, and noisy, heavier, and bigger than lithium-ion batteries by 3 times, and shorter life cycle. Only a third of life cycle of the lithium-ion batteries. There are so many benefits of lithium-ion batteries. So it is evident that this will solve the problems on the lead-acid batteries in the conventional market right now. But there's still a problem in the lithium-ion portable power station market segment because there is a very serious cell shortage situation across the whole market because there's such a big demand coming from electrical vehicle and big IT customers. So premium brand cell manufacturers, they do not allocate a battery cell in this market segment. accordingly, there's current market players. They just offer private label the product from China, so without any design capabilities. So no safety or quality is ensured because of that. So we are offering 5 major solutions. So lithium-ion clear solutions, and the portability, best energy density in the market, and the premium battery cell from LG Chem and ATL, and safety, and also the multiple uses. So how we can achieve this goal? Because we have a very structured and strong supply chain partners. So I'm working with LG Chem, and they are the second largest cell manufacturer in the world, based in Korea. And ATL, they are the largest supplier for Apple iPhone. So anybody who is using iPhone, they are talking to ATL. And we have design capabilities for the BMS, which is a battery management system. So working with the KM Power and battery pack for the final product, which is a power off. They are very big suppliers. They have a strong partnership with us, so that's why we could achieve the high performing the product in the market. So I'm expecting that there will be 4 main areas of the demand coming from this market. Outdoor activities, about the 146 million people, so they're going up for the outdoor activities. Disaster relief, 27 million people impacted from the disaster relief. And the car jumping start, 264 million car owners in US only. And also the 900K and 48K of the ambulances for the medical emergency demand. So this is really critical demand in the market. So I'm expecting that at least all households will need portable power station at home. So I'm expecting that at least 40 to 50 million units will be in demand for the 3 years time frame. But last year, lithium battery power station, only 400K units were sold. This is really a great number, but this is a very small fraction of the total demand expected. And so this is a really new emerging market for lithium-ion batteries. So this the segment started about 2 or 3 years ago. So comparing with the conventional lead-acid batteries, conventional types of the portable power stations, lithium-ion battery portable power stations. So now it's about 10% as compared with the conventional type of generators. But the current market is about $4 billion from the conventional product, and expected to grow to $6 billion by 2023. And lithium-ion segment, $450 million. But I'm expecting about 40% of the annual growth rate, assuming that we may see the similar range of the growth rate as from the other application market. So it will be growing to $2 billion by 2023. So this chart illustrates how our product is the competitive in terms of the energy density, in terms of watt hour, the capacity, and the pound. So if you see here, the gold zero is the biggest product, but a little bit lower capacity, but it weighs about more than double than our product. And then likewise, EnerVision 200 is it has the highest energy density and the per pound. So in terms of pricing, dollar per watt hour, we are the lowest price in terms of dollar per watt hour. But even though we are using the best battery cell, most expensive one, but the other suppliers, they are using second-tier battery cell product components for their final product. And also, we have a jump starter as well as LED light, the function which is added features. So even though we have multiple functions, our price is most competitive. This is because we have a direct relationship with the cell manufacturers. So using their high power cells, so we could achieve best energy density and also pricing competitiveness. So we are trying to target for the B2B market channels, which is the retail chains, mostly for the high premium sectors. So in this industry, it's about advance payment from the customers by using the funds that are from the customers. So we can start sourcing the battery cell and also the manufacturing for the BMS battery pack and deliver the product. So we can earn the revenue from this process. So 4 main distribution channels I'm thinking of. So Kickstarter and Indiegogo is a very important avenue for us to start the mass production initially. And also the promotion. So we have a non-paid YouTube reviewers who tested our product and posted the video on the YouTube right now. We have over 30,000 views right now. And for the B2B channels, premium retail chain customers. And I highly value the relationship and network from the professional sales network agent. So I'm trying to build sales agent network by the end of this year. So I plan to participate in the CES next year as well. So we are also considering strategic partnership, like medical emergency sectors, fleet, and also co-branding with the current gas generator supplier, like Stanley and the Val, so that we can use their distribution channel, so we can add, they can add our product line into their distribution channels. Amazon is the biggest sales in the marketplace, but we do not plan to launch our product directly on the Amazon yet. But we are planning to work with 2 or 3 professional sellers on B2B business model until the end of next year, and then we can start the direct sales from Amazon from 2020. So recently we received a purchase order for about $1 billion of the value for the battery cell from LG Chem for the Belkin. So this is not revenue from the portable power station, but this is only for the battery cell. But such a big company like Belkin, they valued our capability for sourcing the battery cell from LG Chem, so that's why they placed a PO to us for this value of the $1 million PO recently. So this is actions in place right now. So we are working on the power stations with the higher capacity, 500, 700 watt-hour product coming along by the end of this year. And on another side, e-scooter battery pack. This is totally different customer and totally different the business nature. This is project-based, which will require a lot of time and customization requirement. But we are targeting to have a contract with one Singaporean customer, and they're targeting for e-scooter market in Southeast Asia, the countries. So by the end of Q1, so we've been in discussion with them for about 6 months, and then they're very serious about the solution. So this is the photo of the diagram. They actually offered their proposal of the design to the customer from the LG and ATL, the battery pack. So we have a patented battery cell technology for the e-scooter solutions. And also for this contract, one contract is about $70 million of revenue expected. So one contract has really a great impact because this market is really huge and potential to grow in the future. So this is our team. I've been in the sales and marketing and the business development the history for the 24 years working in Korea, Singapore, Mexico, and US, and in China. The 5 years in Apple, that was very helpful for me to grow in the sales side as well. CTO is a member of China Academy of Science. He's the patent holder in the United States. And Jeffrey and Kitty, so they are from Lithium Electronics. They are one of the top 6 lithium-ion battery manufacturers. They have about 10 years of work experience. Ervik and Kyle, they are on board with us for the sales and marketing, so recently on board with us. Right, so here are the reasons why I'm here. So I'm looking for some guidance for marketing strategies because we are still very small and also we are a startup. So I've been here for about, I actually came from the Silicon Valley about 6 months ago from California. So since, for the past 6 months, I've had, I'm pretty new here, but it was really greatly helpful to have such a great people and friends who try to help me. Also to grow the network in the ecosystem here. So I really appreciate for everyone so here. So likewise, we want to have some more professional and streamlined marketing strategies, and also potentially introduction and referrals to the crowdfunding and campaign social media, the expert, and also potential customers and sales network, the agent people. And the third one is also something I feel very important because I can have some the co-branding, the partnership with the emergency centers and hospitals and regions so that they can test my product, and also they can introduce my product into their social media about the effectiveness of product for using the emergency demand. and potentially connection with the potential customers. That's the 4 areas of the ask that I'm here for today at the presentation. Yeah, thanks a lot. Before we go to the Q&A session, I think we have 2 minutes of video introducing my product, so I think it might be helpful that you can have some view about the product videos.
Slacking on the job.
So EnerVision 450 has 3 of these 12-volt DC outlets.
Yeah, this video was created by the influencer in YouTube. We didn't pay anything, so they did it for object video.
Up to 90 watts of solar power. Now I thought that this thing is really gimmick, as I'm not really familiar with it. But in my tests on a sunny afternoon, it charged the device very well, ranging from 19 volts in low sunlight up to almost 22 volts in direct sunlight. So this is really perfect for camping, as you can reuse the power bank at least a little bit. There is a cable coming out of the solar panels which you directly connect to the power storage. There are no other devices required, so it's pretty easy. Now there are plenty of use cases. You can use it as backup battery, for camping, or to play music for hours. But my favorite use case is the car jump starter feature. The big one is even capable of jump-starting my 1.9-liter diesel engine, which is impressive. I usually play a lot of music on car meetups, and sometimes I overdo it and drain my battery too far, as my music system drains a lot of power. But the EnerVision 450 can jump-start my engine a few times, so it's the perfect backup battery to keep inside the car. All you have to do is connect the clamps to the terminal and connect it to the battery. Then you switch on the unit, and then you go and start your engine. I've also tried to charge multiple smartphones over the QC port, and it supports quick charge for all kinds of devices, and charges with even up to 3 amps. And you can also use DC outputs and AC outputs at the same time. That's no problem. The power storage systems are charged with included charger, or they can be charged from a car socket as well. Now charging the EnerVision 200 by wall takes around 3.5 hours by a 45-watt adapter, and the EnerVision 450 takes around 9 hours. With the 60-watt solar panel, it takes around 5 to 6 hours to charge the small one, and 10 to 15 for the big one. So both devices have LED lights.
Yeah, all right, that's it. It is a 9 minutes video, but we cut it out only for 2 minutes, so this we have time limit today.
Right. Question over here.
All right.
Hey, Cash, worried about your coffee?
Nice presentation. A couple things on your markets. One market you really want to look at is utilities. You don't have that up there. Utilities, electric utilities.
We are not targeting for the utility market because this product is not big enough for the utility market.
They'll give this away just as a customer, and they got money.
Okay.
The other thing is setting up your channels. Do you have anything set up yet with Home Depot or Lowe's yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
So it's pre-sales, the revenue stage right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? Guard your coffee.
It's very interesting. The product you showed us just earlier, the one that could charge your car up 4 times, etc. What would be the cost of that? And is that what I'm very paranoid about hacking, and I'm paranoid about hurricanes, anything that begins with H. But it'd be nice to have some. When we had this hurricane coming in, I had a huge thing of about 500 batteries sitting there. Wouldn't it be nice to just have one thing like that I knew that I could turn to? So how much would something like that cost? I could pretty much charge anything in my house and get recharged by solar.
So my competitor product is about $500 to $600 for the same capacity, but my product is about $389 for retail price. But the other competitor product, they do not have a car jump starting function, but we do, even though we have the lower price.
Good morning. I have a question. What about the power supplies for communication equipment? Have you, like UPC, UPS? I I would see this be perfect for that. And environmentally friendly, let's get rid of a lot of the hostile and heavy stuff we got in there. So if you partnered with anybody in that and kind of, if you're telling me the price point was $389 for something like that, that would fit into that market.
Yeah, but this is really recently developed product, so we haven't built up any network and customer segment yet. But this product is a bigger one. It's capped to 300 watt of the electronic device. We can charge that. So it's not really big one. So it can be ideal for small freezers and also small electronic devices. But we are working on another next model, which will be bigger capacity, and it will be ideal for the next version of the product.
So you're looking at something like a rack mount.
Can you hold it up?
Rack mounted device so that you can, kind of like what UPC.
Yeah. So UPC, you mean the UPS?
UPS.
Right. So next model, we will have a UPS function, but we need to have a bigger capacity than the current one. So that's why we are working on the higher capacity product. But it's pretty impending right now, so we are expecting to have a next model by the end of this year.
Hi. I heard you present last week at whatever the other one was. And one thing that got brought up that I thought was an interesting point was that you need to charge it, I think you said, or you recommend once every 6 months or so, and it'll keep its charge 90% or whatever for the whole time. So I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so life cycle of this product is a 500 cycle. But after using 500 cycle, which means full charge and discharge every day, so you will have still 80% of the residual capacity. So you can actually use longer than 5 years, 7 years. It's pretty easy. So very long life cycle.
What's the reason for partnering in Amazon with a reseller initially and then going independent?
So I thought about having Amazon sales directly on the market, but it's too much for the startup because I have to deal with the customers individually. That's the one important reason because of resource issue. Second issue is about I will have to build my inventories upfront to deliver my product in the Amazon warehouse. So I thought it might be better that I partner with the professional sellers who are experienced in this field, and I can concentrate all my sales activities in the other different channel. So this might be better, the way of the strategy going forward, the Amazon sales market.
Hey, I have a little bit of experience in this space, and one thing we learned when marketing is to stay away from numbers. A lot of people's brains just turn off when you say watt hours, especially, even though that's the technical term. And so what we found is that we would translate that into the benefit. This battery will run your computer for 20 hours. It's a much better statement than this is a 400 watt hour battery capacity. So if you can translate and focus even all your slides on this one will run your phone for a week, that's much easier for all of us to connect to. Like, what? That will run my phone for a week? Like that is a lot easier to understand than your phone takes 5 watts every hour, this is 400 watt hours, you've got this much time. So that'd be one suggestion is focus on the benefits, not necessarily product features, right? Start with why, kind of Simon Sinek stuff where, right now it's kind of like PC versus Apple, right? It's very PC, it's very this much RAM, this much, storage, and so if you can translate that to what does it do for me? Jump the car was probably the best, the easiest way to connect. I'm sure everyone felt like, oh, if I had that in my back of my car, then like all of a sudden I feel better about driving. And so just focus on benefits and what it does for me, not necessarily you talking about the batteries the whole time, right? So what the batteries can do for me.
Yeah, that's right. This is really valuable in my intro. So I just try to compare the other computer products. That's the reason, but definitely that's the goal we are going to after. All right.
Your other presenter has a question. He's going to nail you to the wall. Can you take it to the club?
One thing I think that would be really good market for you, and I think you may have, I used to live in Denver, Colorado, and a lot of people there are hike and they're outdoorsmen and stuff like that. And if they had something that they can, when they're out there and camping out overnight, something like that, they have something that could recharge their stuff overnight because it's solar. you make a killing. I don't know, because there are a lot of cheap people out there, and it's something that they can buy once and then return all their stuff and their car, and then because they go into the mountains and stuff like that, like outdoor stuff like that, like that would be Utah, and like that market would be huge for you.
Yeah, of course. The camping is very big in there.
So there's actually, the North Carolina Department of Commerce now has an outdoor recreation products division that you should connect to. My friend in Brevard, North Carolina actually started it. He's the founder of Sylvan Sport, so you might want to look up what they have for you. Eric?
Yeah. I was wondering, is it possible for the car to charge the battery?
The same thought.
That's right. So there are 3 ways of charging back to the power station: solar panel, AC cord, and car charging. So 3 ways of charging back to the product.
I feel like is that faster than the solar?
So solar is the slowest. The AC power is the fastest. Car charging about in the middle.
Building on actually 2 of the things that some others said. Do you think that at some point you can help people get off the grid by having this device? And if that's like an actual vision for the company, that would be a great thing to put out there, especially if you've got a bigger version of these in the works that can all of a sudden power a house, right, exactly. So that leads me into, how much money are you looking to raise now to get enough inventory to get you to the next level?
Because definitely we are chasing the energy storage system market. So this, what you mentioned is about the energy storage system. So big products, the charging the whole house system, and even the industrial grade. But this is really small energy storage system. But this is for the consumer electronic segment. So we are definitely into the market because we are trying to build the bigger capacity product because we have a patent in the cell technology. Balancing technology I just briefly mentioned about. So we'll be into that market definitely, but as you mentioned, financing is a key concern. So I'm now looking for some investment, the option that we can feed our marketing plan and also the development plans.
But how much?
Right now it's too early for me to talk about, but I'm thinking about because I'm pre-seed at the stage right now, so I can run the operation up and running about $500,000 initially, but the next year, by the time we may have some next version of product, we may need about at least several $1 million. So in a year from now.
So $2.5 million is really where your intermediate goal is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about food trucks at all with your next bigger product? Because if we all go to food truck rodeos, they're wonderful, but those generators are awful, right? They kind of take away from the whole ambiance of why you go outdoors to a food truck rodeo and all you hear is the damn generators. Okay, any more questions? Yep, okay, we're running out of time, but we've got 3 more I see.
My comments is breaking this into different markets, because the way I look at this, one, you have a certain market where you can do small versions, which I want to tell you, your price point is excellent. That's $389 and that with the solar and all that. That's excellent price point. The higher side, when you have the house and all that, the whole house and storage would be another. And then intermediary or something like that, maybe for something that's mobile would be even better. So you're going to have to focus on your areas and pick your battles. And if you can get investments in that, I think you're going to be on the way to be extremely successful.
Yeah.
Because this product, if we can get storage, that's the whole solve, the holy grail for electrical. And the marketing part, do keep it simple, because I love what you're saying, because that's my background. But most people just lose them in when they do that.
Yeah, I appreciate your comment. Yeah.
2 questions over here.
We were chatting here a little bit. I think showing your pitch deck with a visual, that video first up front on what problems you solve, I think give people who are outside the field immediate connection of the value. The other one is around marketing. I think you have so many potential in targeting so many different markets, it can get diluted and like losing focus very quickly. it might be worthwhile to sequence where is your growth potential from a sequencing perspective. You will target all of them, but which one is going to give you the most impact and growth, and how to stage the areas, different areas, and then create a storyline when you're selling the value story in each target market. Because you have so many potential, it's very easy to get distracted.
Yeah, that's right. That's the really pain point that I've been going through so far. So that's why I try to concentrate on the retail chains first, B2B marketplace, rather than Amazon or the other places. So this is the first top priority for us.
Yeah, and then the last comment is around the benefit feature and what problem you solve and the pricing. I think one thing that jumped out is when you're showing you're the lowest cost, you almost need to show you're offering a whole lot more by being the lowest cost. Otherwise, people have an association of lowest cost.
Cheaper product. Right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then cheaper quality.
You got to show more benefit or value you're offering versus the other.
Understand. Yeah, definitely. That's really appreciated.
That's like an MBA from a million cups. That was pretty good. Thank you very much for your question. So thank you very much, CK. Eric, the unfortunate Pirates fan who's beating my Cubs, is going to give you your mug. I know. I want to throw this basketball so I can play for my Cubs for the next week. Okay, community announcements. Anyone?
I'll just say real quick that I've been using this battery and it's charged my phone from like 60% to 96 in about 10 minutes. It's pretty good. All right.
That's not really a community announcement, but thank you very much.
Did you just get this alert?